Hey y'all, hi. It's one of those days when trying new makeup is all I can manage. I have to film. I'm lucky to be able to film. It's my work and I feel good doing my work. Being here with you, being connected is so nourishing. And it's a little space, a little time, a little space out of time, kind of. So let's reframe. I'm so happy and lucky to be here with you for a variety of reasons, though I can't muster anything more complex than the most basic type of video that I ever film, which is just messing around with makeup that has come in PR. And it's good timing because this stuff has all arrived and I need to mess around with it sometime. If this happens to be your first time to my channel, well, if you like just basic B beauty content, kind of, then you're in luck because that's what I'm doing today, kind of. But that's not all I do. We're multifaceted. We talk about fashion. We talk about aesthetics at large. If you like it here, I hope you'll subscribe. Now let's get right into the meat of the video. I feel like I'm too high up because most of the bun is out of frame there. So we have some ILIA, this new product from ILIA, the Base Face Milk Lightweight Moisturizer Barrier Renewal Complex. Ooh, it's a milky priming essence. I like that. I already have skincare on. I thought this was more like a primer, but it feels more like skincare. It feels like something I want to keep on my vanity with my skincare. So it's definitely mixing a little bit with a moisturizer that I had underneath, but it's holding its own. It's not just disappearing into nothing. It's not just sinking right in and not changing what's going on the surface of my skin. It has left behind a really lovely, not sticky tacky, but slightly toothy finish with this shine. Wow, I like it more now that I've applied it than I thought that I was going to when I first dumped it out. Because products like this, I don't know, they can do what they say they do, like moisturize the skin, leave a nice surface on the skin to apply makeup on, but also just kind of give you nothing. Like they do what they say they're doing, but it's so the baseline of that it just kind of could have been anything, you know? In order for it to stand out, it has to make me feel like, ooh, my skin feels really protected and it was cosmetically elegant on my hands and it felt good to apply. It made me want to keep applying it. And it's leaving behind a finish that's something special, that's like making my skin look better than it looked before. And this has done all of those things. Slay, ILIA, slay. In fact, it's so moisturizing on my hands that I feel like I could stand to kind of rinse my hands. Like that's how thick, how present it is on the skin. I feel like I put on hand lotion. Can you believe that? This watery thing, that drippy thing, it left my hands feeling so moisturized that it's almost an issue. Wow, I feel like I can just end the video. That went so well. Look at me now. But no, let's do more. For base, I actually have competition. Oh, but I forgot to tell you, I already had on my brows because I didn't have anything new. Although I actually kind of did have something new. Maybe I should have done it on camera, but I can just tell you about it. It is still Kimiko. I am still on Kimiko. One of you commented on a video when I was talking about brow pencils, once you go Kimiko, you never go back. I kind of feel that way. So I had started using the Refi, not pomade, I always say the wrong thing, Sculpt. The Refi brow gel, which is called Brow Sculpt. I started using it because I had the tube left over from my Refi video and I had run out of the Kimiko gel. I had all these pencils, but all of them were a little too warm. So the founder of Kimiko sent me some replacement gel and included the Blaque pencil. I love this thin, hard, pointy pencil, but I had the brown shade, which I think is called Coffee, and it was just too warm for the very ashy tone that I like in my brows. This is just the Kimiko brow gel and the Blaque pencil. That's the color. You can see it's very soft and hair-like because the pencil lead is so hard. But, it's so easy just to get a little bit of shading in the front of the brows and then to fill in sparse spots. I love the way my brows look every time I use that combination of products. So that's what's in my brows, and that's it. That's all I had on my face. Okay, moving on. Complexion, also from ILIA, the Super Serum Skin Tint, a product that I've always wanted to try because I always trick myself into thinking that I want a skin tint. It never goes well between skin tint and me, so I'm a little worried that I won't actually like it. But I also have these Yensa foundation products. I think this might be a new line. Maybe not. I just remember Lauren really loving the Yensa tinted moisturizer, I think. And I think this is a different product. This is like a foundation. So it might just be new to me. Yeah, I don't know why I think that this is a new product. I don't think it is. Anyway, Yensa foundation, Yensa concealer, and the ILIA Super Serum Skin Tint. So let's see. There's the ILIA. It smells like a butt. It smells like a butt, but it smells kind of like wood chips, like bark. It smells like a wood nymph's butt. Yeah. Wow. The color looked amazing when I first put it on, and it's already oxidizing. It's already darkening. We'll see how dark it darkens. There's the Yensa foundation. This is in the shade Fair 3. I think that the first and second shades were like very pink and very maybe peach. And then this was supposed to be the neutral one, but it looks quite dark and quite yellow. Yensa concealer in shade 2. There's just no way that that is going to be a match for me. I don't know, y'all. Just for comparison. Okay, so horizontally across my wrist, I put a smear of the RMS Beauty Uncover Up Cream Foundation, which I don't like as a product. I've figured out it's just too heavy, stays too creamy, doesn't set for me. I could imagine the texture being amazing if you really love a cream foundation, have super dry skin, and you're gonna powder on top of it. Maybe. I imagine it works well for some people. The point is that the color is pretty decent for me. It's like a pale olive, super neutral. And you can see the two Yensa products are just, there's just no way. So I think today I'm gonna test the ILIA, but I'll use one of these Yensa brushes. Okay, these are beautiful. This flat-topped angled brush is the type of thing I really like for foundation. I'm more inclined to use this as a blush brush. So I'm gonna go in with this and the ILIA serum. Oh, it says shake vigorously before use. I think I did that, but I'll do it again. Wow, I feel like I've been filming it forever. And it's like I haven't even put on makeup yet. Oh my gosh, the smell. That's pretty. It's really pretty with the milk underneath, the ILIA milk. I think it is gonna darken though. I think it's gonna oxidize. But that's pretty. My question is it gonna set at all? Or is it gonna just stay really damp? All right, it's super dewy. I love the Yensa brush. I feel like my skin doesn't look that different. I mean, it's a serum-y tint. It's really not giving me much. I'm gonna try to layer it just on one side, but that's the thing with this type of product. When I add more to try to get the coverage I want or the color that I want, it's like too much product on the skin for something that's a serum-y texture like this. You know how a pile of wood chips can sometimes smell faintly of manure? That's what this smells like. Is that what it's supposed to smell like? Those of you who have used this? Okay, my skin looks a bit better than it did before I started, and some of my redness has been dealt with. It's not gonna provide coverage for my little scars, like those little dark spots. I have a cluster of them here, a little cluster of them here, and foolishly, I didn't bring anything else down here because I was like, oh, I have the Yensa concealer, but I'm not going to put that dark peach. I mean, to me, it's like a dark peach concealer. It's redder than the redness that I'm trying to cover. So I'm going to end up with an extremely natural skin look today with this ILIA product, which is fine. I actually like that for myself, and I think that that's what this product is trying to help people achieve. We'll have to ignore the scars showing through, and the question will just be like, how does the rest of my skin look once this is all oxidized as much as it's going to and set down as much as it's going to? I thought I was really gonna dislike it. I actually like it. I like applying it with this brush. I like the way my skin looks. I like it in spite of myself. I don't even mind so much that it's not giving me the level of coverage that I want. I think it's gonna take some time. I just finished applying it. I think it's gonna take some time to see how dark it will get, because some things oxidize like several shades. I'm actually gonna leave it. I don't have my own concealer down here, but I do have my green color corrector. But I'm gonna leave this for like 5 minutes and see what it does. And while I leave it, I'm gonna apply this eyeliner. I know, who am I? This is a really cool brand, Ouzo. I believe that Ouzo is an iconic makeup artist. They sent me this and 2 skincare products that are really beautiful. I've been using the stem cell serum. My skin loves it. I already had pretty soft skin, like my skin was in pretty good shape, as detailed in that video about the skincare products I've been using. And so it was all the more surprising that my skin actually responded right away to the Ouzo serum. So that was impressive, which is why I'm going out on a limb and I'm going to try to apply this liquid eyeliner on camera today. Along with the products, though, they sent a link to an article about Ouzo that I read, and it was fascinating. She's a really interesting person with a lot of stories to tell. So because I've been so into the bare eye look lately, just with a little bit of shine, I thought I might try just a little kitten flick. Highly pigmented satin black formula with an ultra-precise felt tip applicator which delivers smooth, even strokes. Unique waterproof and sweat-proof formulation glides on, dries quickly, and stays on for all day wear, does not transfer or fade. Shake well before use, apply close to the lash line. We'll see how it goes. Nice. Oh my gosh, it almost instantly dried, like literally seconds after applying it to my hand. I'm trying to get it off with micellar water, and I almost didn't get it in time. I think it's actually very sturdy, so I better not mess it up. That actually made me kind of nervous. It'll be a mess if I mess it up and I have to try to take it off. I'm gonna be so conservative. Wow, I haven't done this in so long. So with my hooded eyes, it's sort of just like a chunky triangle that extends a little bit across the lash line. The shape is actually this like chunky little triangle, and it's straight out, like straight across the top rather than trying to curve it up. Not bad for not having done it in a long time. And the product is good. It's very inky and very pointy and made it possible. And as I know from trying to get it off my hand, it will last. I feel very confident that it's not going to smear or get messed up. I did have to kind of touch my face a little bit, rest my hand on my face as I was doing it. And I was aware of a bit of tackiness of the product, but it could be worse. It could be worse. The skin tint, I mean, it could be less sturdy. I'm more okay with it than I expected to be. And it hasn't oxidized that badly. It's darker. My face is darker than my extremely creamy white neck, but it kind of matches my more reddened chest, so it doesn't look weird or wrong. I'm going to put just a little, mixing in just a little green color corrector, just to help neutralize the redness of those spots. And this, the Exa green color corrector, my all-time favorite, it has prodigious setting power because it has a little bit of clay in the formula. So it helps things that are otherwise a bit damp on the face to sort of solidify and be sturdier. It's one of the things that I like about this formula. So I could see myself wearing this mixed with the ILIA instead of like awkwardly layered on top of it as I'm doing today. Yeah, I like the way my skin looks. I like that the face milk made it really, really receptive to makeup and really glowy. And then the skin tint put kind of a haze of brightening color over it. And I feel like this green color corrector is helping to lock it down. So I'm going to put on some mascara. ILIA sent the Limitless Lash mascara, which I think is the one that I've used before. Yes, this is a mascara that I've used a lot before, and I actually love it so much that I gave it to my cousin for Christmas a couple of years ago when she was looking for a good mascara. Like, of all the mascaras I had tried over the course of my career as a beauty guru, I chose this one for her. It has this interesting brush that has like a fluffy applicator on one side and then these long tines on the other side that you can use to comb through and sculpt. It'll be the perfect thing to pair with this little cat eye flick. Okay, the mascara is a little bit on the struggle bus. I can't tell if it's because my mascara tastes have changed. You know, I used to be going for those really thick, gunky, spidery sheets of lash. And now I'm more into like a fluffy, wispy lash. Or if it's just that it's the first time, it's brand new. And, you know, most mascaras take a little while to get in their groove. I think it's more likely that it's the second thing because I believe this is a mascara that can be used for a fluffy, wispy, natural look or built up to be more dramatic. That's what I remember. And I just remember it being like a superhero, really versatile. I still have faith. I'm going to keep using it and I think that it'll get there. But it ended up, I don't know, just a little bit uneven today. However, I'm feeling pretty fierce. I'm not used to seeing myself with this eye shape anymore and it's making me feel pretty fierce. Let's move on. We have a lot of cheek possibilities. I actually don't know how I'm going to choose. So Bobbi Brown sent me this beautiful little pouch. I feel like flocked Swiss dot kind of never gets old. And I realized when I read the card that it's because it's my birthday month. Somehow Bobbi Brown has acquired this information about me and sent me these cute little things. One is a red lipstick. Probably not today. Luxe lip color in velvet red. But the other is highlighting powder that is for some reason really calling to me right now. Highlighting powder in the shade Pink Glow. Look at that. Look at that. I'm tempted to just put this all over my entire face with nothing else, but I can't. I have to try out some of these other products too. Also, the sheer powder brush from Bobbi Brown, which I think I'm actually gonna really like having. I'm gonna use this and put that powder all over my face. Mark my words. Can't get the plastic off. I love how people, I think it's people. Maybe it's just me. When I can't get something, like it takes all of 4 seconds of me struggling with something before I like go in with my teeth. Arrgh. We're all animals. All right, I can't get it. I'll come back later with a pair of scissors. So ILIA multi-sticks. I can already tell what's gonna happen. I have this lovely balanced, natural, glowy look right now, and I'm going to dig into these cheek products and end up looking like a clown. But such is the nature of my work, my friends. Oh my gosh, this is a pretty color. So this is the ILIA multi-stick in Dreamer. I like how sheer it is. I like the level of pigment. And a shiny one in Cosmic Dancer. Yeah, I can't wait to put these on my cheeks. But I also have this Yensa Super Serum Silk Cream Blush in Ginger Blaze. Sort of a similar color. Yeah, kind of a similar color to Dreamer. And poor Yensa kind of got left in the dust because of the complexion products being so the wrong color for me. Do you think I can do it all? All right, I'm going to to start with the shiny multi-stick because this is what I like to do. I like to make my skin as glowy as it's going to be and then apply color on top. I mean, it was already pretty glowy, but this is clearly a beautiful product. I can't believe I've never tried this before. Yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, let's go in with the other Yensa brush with a little bit of, it's pigmented, Ginger Blaze. It's pigmented, but the softness and precision of the brush and the formula of the product allowed me not to go overboard, even though it's so hard not to go overboard with this kind of thing. I really like this level of pigment and I like the color and I like how well it's blended into the shiny product that was already on my face. I would stop here if it were a normal day and that's lovely, but I'm also going to apply some of the other multi-stick because I just want to see how the pigment goes on. It's thicker, it's stiffer. So the product, it's interesting, when I swatched them, the Yensa looked more pigmented, but because it is the Serum Silk Cream Blush, it really does melt to a kind of serum-y, almost gel-like consistency and really blend into the skin. Whereas the multi-stick is a stiffer formula, it has more body. I tend to like that in blushes, but it means that I get more pigment showing up on my face with less layering, actually. Both of them are really lovely though, and easy to blend, easy to work with, not too hard to keep from going overboard, which I appreciate. Except for there on my nose, I just went kind of overboard. I'm gonna keep testing both of those blushes. I think time will be the only thing that tells which formula I like better, but both of them are pretty promising right out of the gate, and I'm glad that I put both of them on. Now, this would be fine. I'm glowy enough. I don't need to glow more, but I also don't need to not apply this Bobbi Brown highlighter. The brush isn't picking it up very well, it seems, which is probably good. It's probably saving me from myself. Oh, no, there it is. I was about to say, or maybe it's just really subtle, but no, it's there. It's not subtle. Nothing like a powder highlighter on top of two shiny cream blushes and a cream highlighter on top of a super glowy skin tint on top of really glowy skin. I'm literally a pearl that just got pulled from an oyster in the shimmery ocean. Just wow. Okay, lips. Oh, here's what I have. The new Merit Matte. I think it'll be too matte. I haven't tried this color yet. I think it'll be too matte. I want to stay with the light touch. I want to stay looking touched by a pearl, touched by the spirit of a pearl. And I think that this would be like makeup. I'm going to use this Yensa. This is probably the right thing. Yensa Luxe Lip Oil because it's like a sheer. It looks really pink, but it's very sheer. It smells like watermelon Jolly Rancher, like very strong candy smell. It's definitely in tune with the look, but for me, it's a little pink. It works though. It works with the look especially. It feels good on the lips. It feels like a lip oil and not like a gloss. I'm so tired of brands being like, our lip oil, and then it's like a sticky, goopy, stringy gloss. This feels like a lip oil, but it doesn't feel like it's, you know how some lip oils are just an oil and it feels like they evaporate and dry out the lips? It doesn't feel like it's gonna do that. It feels nourishing, but it feels like an oil and not a gloss. I like the formula actually, but I think that this pink shine one is the only sheer. I think all of the rest are like quite pigmented in this formula. And I like this light level of pigment for it. I just don't like the pink color. But I'm not mad at the final look. I didn't plan it this way when I came down here with this bun, but I'm literally a ballerina, like a shiny, glossy ballerina pearl who smells like a wood nymph's butt. The longer I have it on my lips, the more I feel this Yensa thing is like plumping and nourishing. Yeah, it says it's full of superfood oils, and it's non-drying, and then it has a silky finish and helps minimize the appearance of fine lines. Totally feels like it's doing all that. It doesn't say anything about plumping, but it feels plumping to me. Maybe it's just my crusty, dry lips being on the receiving end of the nourishing superfood oils, making it feel like they're being plumped. But the longer I leave it, the pinker it gets, and it makes me want to take it off. Oh, look. I thought that was the only, I thought that was the only lip product I had down here. But look what else I have. Oh yeah, this is gonna be it. This is Kakkie's gloss, Haute Cocoa. Yeah, look how pink. Well, you can't see it. Yeah, it was becoming like fluorescent pink. I couldn't take it. Okay, less like a ballerina, more like an influencer, but this is much more my speed, the color. This is a sturdier gloss, but it's still totally non-sticky, and it has a very strong, authentic hot cocoa scent. Like it's making me want to have a hot chocolate. I love the way that looks though. I love the color. Oh, I feel so much happier. I feel so much more myself. Maybe it looks a little more makeup-y than the pink, but the pinker it was getting, the more makeup-y it was looking. And I feel like this will wear away really elegantly. This is what I wanted and needed. Wow, Kackie, well done. Gosh, that feeling feeling when you try new makeup and you end up looking and feeling fiercer than you could ever have imagined. I mean, I really would not have sat down and done this today. I would not have sat down and done this any day probably for the next like 6 months. I mean, just normally like sitting down in my vanity putting on makeup. I've kind of been stuck in a rut. I've been doing the same thing over and over. But I learned a lot by going out on a limb. One, maybe I found a way to get with some skin tints, okay? I think having my skin be really glowy and using green color corrector to neutralize those blemish scars a little bit so that they're just not quite as strong, even if the product is sheer and you can see them through it. The beauty lights do those scars a lot of favors. Like, it really makes my skin look even sitting here under these beauty lights. In person, the scars are a bit more noticeable. It just makes my skin look more like itself, more like real skin. And I like that. Less like there's a bunch of makeup caked on and more just like I'm very glowy, but this is my real skin and then I have some color cosmetics on. I like that look. And if I wanted a little bit more coverage, if I was upstairs and I had the full complement of my products before me, I could just take a little bit of cream concealer on a brush and just spot conceal those spots, and it would make my skin much, much more flawless without adding to like the makeup-iness of it. So somehow it worked. I tried a skin tint and it ended up working. I tried a kitten flick, which I never do, and it ended up working. Great product, probably a little bit of luck involved. I layered like 5 products onto my cheeks and somehow it ended up working. I think because both of the blushes were relatively sheer, gel-ish pigmentation levels, and I found a gloss color that really works for me too. And I feel cheered up. I don't know if you could tell, but I came here today with the weight of the world on my shoulders and it's still there, but I feel more capable of abiding. And there's really something to be said for that. So thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that this video lifted your spirits as well. And I really hope that you are taking extra good care of yourself so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world. I think we got it.